This is the 1st of February. This is post-rut lull time, and it can be kind of tough. So I was a little concerned, but I did have one major thing going for us, and that is the food plots. This time of year, in the afternoons in particular, the deer really come to these food plots. Greg, these deer most often come out in this back corner right here, right over in there, and right down here behind this ebony back to this corner. They can come out anywhere, but that's where I usually expect them.
Right. Sergeant First Class Greg Stube and Tecomati's own David Morris are hunting in historic Gem Hog County, down deep in South Texas at David's legendary El Cazador Ranch.
Look at that thing. That is
good
a
grief.
Good buck.
He's monstrous.
He is. He's big enough to shoot, but
not if you want the real trophy.
You know, you get 2 more years, he'll be 10 to 15 points bigger. And we just don't like to shoot them before their time. But boy, I tell you what, that is a dandy.
Well, I'm very honored to be here, where I know all my friends want to be. These whitetail are the biggest things I've seen on the planet, it feels like. And I'm the luckiest guy to get to be here to hunt them.
Greg, he was involved in Operation Medusa in Afghanistan, which resulted in one of the largest battles ever in that war. It was a 5-day battle, constant fighting. Greg was right in the middle of it. He ultimately was very seriously injured by an IED.
The blast went through diesel fuel cans and rockets that were strapped to the side of the vehicle, and of course it lit me on fire and blew my right leg nearly off and sent some shrapnel through my body.
Sergeant Stube earned the Bronze Star and Purple Heart for his heroic actions in Operation Medusa as he continued his mission even after his devastating injuries, returning fire on the enemy and guiding his fellow Special Forces soldiers through his own medical care. Sergeant Greg Stube is a true American hero.
To have him here and to share our place here on El Cazador is a wonderful privilege for Debbie and I and my whole family. I'm just hoping we can put him on a big whitetail. And this isn't a great afternoon for us, the wind's gusting, but there's some nice bucks out here.
When you're making that hard choice on a great deer, you want him so bad because he's so beautiful, but you have to say no if you want the ranch to become what you want it to be, and you want the deer to become what you want them to be. David's good at saying no when he has to. And that way, when he says yes, it's the right thing. Someone goes home with a real trophy.
It was one of those mornings where there was a cold front coming in and it was very blustery. The wind was blowing. Look, that's a great young buck. That is a great young buck. That deer is a 4.5-year-old, Greg. Wow. In 2 more years, that deer will be a buck deer. He will be a buck deer in 2 more years. Greg, there's an old buck coming in right here. Look, old buck. That's a big old buck. Yeah, that's an old deer right there. I mean, that thing is a brute. Oh, there's another little guy coming in, yeah. Little guy. That deer, he's probably 200 now, but I guarantee you back before the rut, he's probably lost 50 pounds. That was a 250-pound deer. Greg, we're gonna take that deer.
When David said that I could shoot that buck if I wanted to, I just couldn't believe it. It took me a second to realize the possibility.
Old to me equates to trophy. That is an old buck. That's a post-prime buck. That deer is probably 8 or 9 or 10 years old. That is a very, very old buck.
So you're looking at a deer that's survived among the biggest and the strongest bucks you can imagine. That's a warrior deer, and that's something I can empathize with. So I had a great deal of respect for the animal, and I just couldn't believe that it would be my opportunity to harvest him before his decline.
You got the shot. Let's take that deer. I knew he had him a great buck. The buck ran. We could see within 30 yards he was going down, and the celebration began. Greg had taken a great buck. I mean, this thing was a fantastic old buck. And look at the scars on him. Look at this old buck. Look at the fighting scars here.
I couldn't believe that that was a buck that I'd harvested. I shot a buck of Tecomati.
Thank you for being willing to go over there and fight to defend our freedom so I can do this. and thousands and millions of other people across the country can. Thank you.
Great to be home. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you. Let's get this deer back to the house and show Donna.
I want to show Donna and Gregory.
As great as that old buck was, and Greg was so excited about him, 131 and 1/8. From a selfish standpoint, I wasn't ready for our hunt to be over.
Went out for another deer. The bucks at Tecumate taking me away. I just couldn't believe it.
It is a remote part of the ranch. We don't get over here a lot. But there are bucks that come in here that I'm just like, where in the world? It takes 7 years to have a 7-year-old, so where's this 7-year-old been for all these years? I've never seen them before.
We're expecting a normal, average deer hunt where we sum the animals up, size them up as they come out, and make some decisions. But here comes this chain gang of battle bruiser bucks. Is it even a whitetail?
It is a whitetail. That is a giant one-horned deer. He's broken off. You can see his brow on the other side. Look over to the right, there's some more. Dang, there's a bunch of bucks coming out.
It's like nothing I'd ever seen before. And I knew that if David was surprised, it was something for me to behold.
Look, there is a brute. Look, there's a brute. Well, here on El Cazador, we shoot by size and by age. They certainly were big enough, but they weren't old enough.
David, there's another one coming in from the right. He's coming in.
Back in the brush.
That's right, he's back in there.
That's a mature buck. That buck is at least 6, he may be 7.
You think?
Yeah, he's good too. We're gonna take him. Better get set up. Wait, he sees what's happening.
Oh,
He's leaving. What in the world?
Wow.
There's something going on here. It's the only deer that ran. It's like he heard us, so we're gonna shoot him.
This is a great game, and you know what? I respect that buck. He wins tonight.
He does. Well, you know, the truth is they win most of the time, but I thought we had his number. If that buck had stayed another 30 seconds, he'd be in the back of the gator on the way to the house. Well, tomorrow, let's get him then.
All right,
well, let's pack him up.
I know I speak for a lot of men and women in uniform fighting in this war against terrorism, and we hope that people would use their freedom to the fullest. In the Special Forces, we have these coins that represent our unit and the service that goes behind it. That's the Trojan horse that represents the 10th Special Forces Group, the original Green Beret.
Wow.
This is how we do it. God bless you, David.
Well, this is beautiful. I can't accept this.
You can. You better.
I can't. I didn't earn it. You earned it.
That coin represents a lot of great service from our Green Berets and the Special Forces in worldwide operations. And I want David to have that.
I can't tell you what this means to me. And again, this is not something that I have any business owning, but I treasure this as a great gift given to me by Greg.
The way he treats his freedom, what he's doing for all of us and our resources and the future of hunting, that's why a lot of us fight.
It's going to be a special day because it's the day after a cold front. The wind is laid down, it's good and cold. I knew the bucks were going to be moving, and as soon as we got here, we started seeing bucks.
To the right of that mesquite that's got silver at the bottom of it.
I got him, I see him moving.
He is
He is wide too, I can tell that. Did you see him swing his head?
Oh man.
He's wide. And he's got a big head and neck on him. He's cautious. In that classic big buck, you see how cautious he is.
Just hanging in the edge.
Yeah, oh, there he comes,
Oh, boy.
He's coming up to the fence. If you want that deer, you can take him. That is a wide buck. Yeah, he's a wide, you can take him.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you said you wanted wide. There he is. That is wide now. That buck's at least 24 and probably 25 inside. That's one of the widest bucks I've seen on the ranch. That is a wide buck now.
That's the widest buck I've seen in my life.
That's about a 230, 240 yard shot when the time comes. Good hit. You hammered him. You hammered him. He's going down. He's down. He's down. Congratulations. That is awesome. That was a good shot.
When a typical deer turns, you see the rack go like this, but this was like when he turned, there was these wide wingtips swinging around, cutting off weeds, it looked like. He was just amazing, and I couldn't believe I had the opportunity to take that shot. When I did, I was lucky and he went down.
The Sako A7 Tecumani is stacking them and whacking them.
I haven't missed with it, so. I was ready to go recover the deer, and David wanted us to stay in place and see how things unfolded.
As I had in mind, maybe something else really big might come in, and I wanted to just show my appreciation to Greg for what he's done for our country and the incredible service he's provided us so that we can do this. I do this because he does what he does.
Big buck, David.
That's a big buck right there, Greg.
Oh, wow.
He's old, he is old, he is very old. Now that's a great buck you've already taken, but this is a great Cazador buck, and I want you to take this deer.
I felt 14 years old again. I'm supposed to be some combat veteran, some shooter. Yeah, right. These big whitetail are intimidating.
All right, he's walking. Wait. All right. When you got the shot, take it. You got it. Good going. That is a monster. Congratulations. This is a day to be remembered. To be able to share such a special afternoon with somebody like Greg was an incredible treat and privilege for me. Look at this. This is an incredible buck. An absolute stud.
That's incredible. Look at those turns.
He's going to push 160. That's a great buck. Yes, sir. Thank you for your service. We can't possibly pay you back, but I'm just glad I was able to share an afternoon with you here on this ranch. What a privilege it is for me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go get your other deer.
It's so worth it when we meet people like David who enjoy just listening to my husband's his battle story. You know, being able to see Greg open up and to be able to speak about things like that openly in front of someone who really cares for the military and their families means a lot to us.
My goodness, look at that.
That's crazy.
That is just
I've never seen a deer like that. Nope.
What an afternoon.
Not sure I've seen a picture of a deer that wide.
I mean, he's going to be right at 25. He is inside. Just a great buck. What a great shot you made on him. Great deer, 6.5 years old from all evidence here. Congratulations on a memorable afternoon for me. I mean to tell you, unbelievable. What a day.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.